Tales of the Frog. Once upon a time, on a far, far swamp, there was a frog. By the accounts of the adventurers who dared to venture to those far lands, it was no ordinary frog. Some speculated that the creature was as old as the universe. It was wise, so those who sought answers to the mysteries of life and the universe itself would travel to the frog. To them, the ancient creature would tell its cryptic tales. It never asked for anything in return, but something within the adventurers would inevitably change. As the time passed, everyone would pay the invaluable price. The Tale of the Kingdom. There was once a kingdom of frogs. It rested hidden on the swamp in the depths of the dense forest in the far, far land. The scenery on which the kingdom laid was miraculous. Giant ancient trees with emerald leaves surrounded the swamp. The swamp itself was covered with hundreds of species of flowers and blooming grass. The ruler of the said kingdom was a strong and just queen of frogs. She was beloved by her loyal lieges as she was devoted to them and dedicated to the welfare of the state. The kingdom blossomed under her rule. Each frog was a part of a great, wholesome family. There was happiness and joy for everyone. The kingdom had everything a frog could ask for: food, shelter, community, entertainment, and the opportunity for growth. The frogs of the kingdom were especially known for their incredible musical talents. Travelers would never pass an opportunity to listen to the amazing chorus of the swamp. All was well for the frogs of the kingdom, and it seemed that would be so till the end of times. But one day came the lone night. The Tale of the Night. The night was unsurprisingly a frog. He traveled all across the lands of the unknown and returned to warn the others. The night came on foot, in an armor masterfully made of leaves, of the rarest tree there was. When he first arrived through the grass gates, no one seemed to notice the grave expression on his face. For a while he mindlessly wandered around the kingdom, visiting the streets long forgotten by him. Looking at the jolly life of the frogs, he finally collected himself to do what he had to. Then he turned his steps to the castle. He had to see the queen. At the gates he was greeted warmly. His expression didn't change. That alarmed the frogs. For them, such a state of the frog's mind was of the rarest appearance. As the night passed through the castle, the tension grew. Finally, he stood before the queen and exclaimed, When he finished, the frogs were shaken, standing in disbelief, struck by the utter horror of the revelation. After the long dreadful silence came the panic. Then the queen interfered. She called for silence and ordered to gather the council of the fly. The tale of the fly. That night, members of the council spent countless hours gazing at the indigo sky, carefully following the paths of the shining flies. They traced their paths, comparing them with the ancient texts from the books of the fly. It seemed the night was right. It was time. The decision of the council was final. One last time, the frogs gathered in the heart of the swamp to sing a song in remembrance of the great kingdom of the frogs. The song was full of sorrow, and the forest grieved with them. That night, a grave silence fell on the swamp. By the dawn, the kingdom was no more. The frogs left, scattered all across the great unknown, following the shining flies in the sky. The legend goes that their descendants still live among us, but with time they have forgotten the tale of the kingdom and shall never return there. That faithful day, only one frog stayed. No one could understand why. Even the frog itself didn't have the answer. It seemed that that frog has always been there, before the beginning and after the end. It knew the stories of those who were before and of those to come. Perhaps that frog was always supposed to stay, patiently waiting so it can tell somebody the tales of the frog. At night, when the world is asleep and the vast indigo sky is filled with distant shining flies, you can hear the croaking of the wise frog. Doesn't matter where you are, it's always there, reminding you that there is so much more to discover.